What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 3 of the camper rebuild. If you're new here, I am rebuilding a 1993 Jayco Sportster 8-foot camper pop top. And in this episode, we make some really good progress, as you can see. So I'm going to work on getting the exterior fully put back together, sealed, all the extremities back on, and ready to be put in a truck bed, at least for paint. So yeah, if you're new here, go check out videos 1 and 2 of kind of tear down and resealing the roof if you're interested in that. And then roof is back on, all painted. The fan is up there. Ignore the sides. So I didn't paint, this is all taped, but I didn't fully paint the sides. I put like one coat on because that's enough to seal it. And then everything you see on this side is going to be black bed liner. So roof will be white, fully sealed now, which is amazing. And then new ceiling. I know you can't really see, but yeah. So it's coming along. I'm just working on putting the bolts back in, and I'm sealing those with some RV grade silicone. So there's 4, 1, 2, 3, and then the other corner. And then we gotta do some wiring. Put on the marker lights and the brake lights, and then the roof, other than, like I said, the black bed liner, should be completely done. Oh, also, while I have the caulk gun loaded with the silicone, I'm going around. For some reason, where this sits in the bed just has a bunch of holes in it. Not a bunch, just like 4 or 5. So I'm just filling them with silicone, and then again, this is all gonna get black rhino liner or bed liner. So not worried about how it looks. And then we're one step closer to completely sealing this thing back up. I'll show you guys too. I went and got new hardware because stuff that was holding the roof on previously was like it was random. It was like an eye bolt here. On this side was like a super long bolt with a bracket. And I'm pretty sure it's from the awning, but I'm not going to use the old awning. I'm going to get a new one that mounts in its own way. So new hardware, big fender washer with silicone behind it, and that should keep everything fully sealed. And the hope is I never have to take this roof off again, so not worried about gluing it on there. Where's my flashlight? There it is. This part's kind of hard because I'm only one person, but gotta finagle this roof in the right spot, and then get the bolt in. And I think I have the roof a little bit crooked on here, so this thing is wired so strangely. Like, there's ground and power wires running all around this thing, but then leads coming out with just like T-taps that are all black. So can't just tell right away if it's ground or power, but gotta look inside. Nothing I'm doing here is super complicated, so I'm not going to show. It's just power ground. There's like 9 of these lights. Everything on the front and sides are amber, and then the back is red. And yeah, I'm using these cool, it's nothing new. They're just heat shrink connectors, butt connectors that have solder in the middle. So you get it hot enough and it'll melt and make a really strong watertight connection. But my battery's dead. Easy as that. Don't touch the heat gun. And then somewhere right here is butyl tape. And then everything that gets kind of attached to this camper will have butyl tape under it, behind it. So all these windows, all the like plastic covers, all had and will have butyl tape behind it just to help seal. And this is not a perfect art because I will be going around all the lights and extremities and silicone around them. So this is just kind of like the base layer, we'll call it that. Alrighty, we got all the lights wired up and sealed actually too. So the light itself is water tight, as in there's a seal in these, but around the base of it I wanted to just make sure no water was getting there. So that all looks good, and see the back. So smoked, these are all red lights, and everything else is orange marker, and just retained the stock trailer harness. Just because all the wiring, I'm not going to show you, but all the wiring runs off of that, and I didn't want to redo the whole thing. So no, there won't be a 4-pin trailer harness up in here because this is the front of the camper, but I'm just going to get an extension to go back to where the plug is on the truck, and that'll work just fine. So yeah, next you can see I've kind of been messing around with paint, getting stuff put back on the camper. So I got all new exterior plastic ports from what I could. Like I couldn't find this one, so I'm just gonna paint this. But see, I put it back on and sealed that, and I'll do the same with these. And then this was a hole. I ended up just filling it with wood and sealed it, and then it'll get sealed fully when the bed liner goes on. And I just painted this hatch. It was white. I'm gonna keep it because the fridge is still going right there, so this will act as some ventilation to whatever minimal heat this thing puts off. Probably not much, but yeah, it's coming along. I started to put the fabric back together too, but with what I did, go in here. So you saw previously, but I had to do these beams, is what I'm gonna call them. And I really like the look. It's gonna turn out really great. But I have to cut the plastic that mounts the fabric up on to the roof in each of those sections. So it's just tedious. I started it. I've got the front and the back all done, as you can see. But I just need to do the sides. And yeah, so we're getting really close to this thing being fully sealed up again. I'm gonna work on the corners next. So I had to order larger butyl tape. That just came here. So this is like a thicker, or not thicker, but a wider 1.5 inches. That way I can just put one piece on the corner and it wraps instead of having one piece and then the corner metal. So I think that should be pretty good. And then these are just I'm getting silicone everywhere, gosh. But these corner pieces, I gotta clean them up, but this is what came off of the corners back here, and they're just gonna go right back on with new butyl tape and also new inserts, vinyl inserts that go in there. And then everywhere else, like down here, right here, there's some up here. This stuff is just gonna be new aluminum corner pieces that I have right here. So I'm gonna cut this, same thing, butyl tape, and then we'll get some self-tap metal screws to secure that on. So yeah, I'm gonna set the camera up and get to work on this corner. Hopefully I don't regret this because it's all really sticky and like sticks to itself. So I'm just gonna try something like that. It's also really stretchy. So you can see I cut the right amount, but because of gravity and also just me pulling it, it stretched. So then wrap this around. Just need to clean these guys up. Stuff's kind of not the easiest to get off. But slowly but surely, we'll get there. For sealant, using this OSI Quad Max. It's pretty highly rated. It is intended for this use case, along with several others, but basically just a heavy duty exterior sealant in black because I'm painting it all black. So with the handy dandy Bauer caulk gun, let's seal this thing. Actually, somewhat missed a step because I forgot that I was trimming off the extra butyl tape. So this whole sealant thing after the butyl tape is not necessary. Usually the butyl tape will be enough of a seal, but since I'm here and I'm already doing it on other things like the marker lights, I'm just sealing it off and making it look good. That way I know it's watertight. So let me find my knife. Schwink. Why do I have one blue glove on? Because black sealant gets everywhere and it takes a long time for it to come off. My knife is not sharp. It's not sharp. All right, now, seal. Much better. It's kind of hard with the one thing about the automatic gun is I'm using way too much silicone in every single spot. It's kind of hard to be precise with it. You gotta go fast. But all in all, it's great. I did much better on this side because I was going fast. Just like that. Just like that. Then you can kind of see on the other side. Put a coat of paint on it, but that's how it'll look. It's all done, and then vinyl in it. So, other than paint, I'm gonna call that done. So, just gotta let this dry. I'll put the paint on, and I'm gonna work on this last hole in the side now, or the back, I should say. So I cut out a piece already. I need to trim it, but I'm gonna work on getting that in there, kind of like what I did on that side. I just learned you can record from these mics. This is amazing. Thank you, DJI. But we made a bunch of good progress. So it's fully sealed now on the outside, minus just gotta put the vinyl in. You can see I kind of started, but I was letting the paint and silicone dry. But this looks really bad for now. Once it's all black, it's all gonna blend in and look pretty nice. And yeah, but I do have to drive with it on my truck like this, so people are gonna be probably looking at me like, what is going on? But yeah, everything's sealed. You can see what I did back here with the patch. You can hardly tell on camera that it's there, but in person, it's definitely a piece of wood for now. Once it's bed linered again, I think it'll kind of cover everything. Everything that was silver is painted black, sealed. Ran out of paint though on the door handle. And I think I'm gonna try to put, I don't know, something that covers this on the exterior, be it like a case, an external like Pelican case or something like that. But I'm not too concerned with if it looks super flush or not. It's sealed and watertight is the most important thing. So yeah, you can kind of see I started on the vinyl here, and it comes with these nice caps too. So it's coming together. I'm gonna wrap up this video here because at least in my head, the kind of getting it all sealed and put back together was the main objective, and that's done. So I'm gonna get it in the truck, ready for the appointment, and next episode we'll work on probably painting it. So I think once it's in the truck, it should be way easier if I'm rolling on bed liner to do it there. That way I'm not in the garage working around limited space and whatnot. But I won't be able to get underneath, which is kind of annoying. So I don't know, we'll see. And then after that, we are on to interior. So let me give a quick status update if you guys are new to the channel, new to the video, but This is everything I took out. This is all stock, just really messy. And yeah, we'll be building this out again with just one long countertop, sink, fridge, and much more. Not really much more. That's pretty much it. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. If you're new here and you have advice, please give it to me. If you have happened to build a Jayco 93 8-foot Sportster, let me know. But I appreciate you watching. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. God bless you.